All right. Welcome everybody to week 3 of Trading for Charity. My name is Patrick France, senior instructor here at VectorVest. Glad to be with you all. I will be your host throughout these sessions, throughout these streams. So welcome everybody. Hey there, Jay. Let's see who else. Andrew, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're tuning in from. Scott becoming a new member to the VV Nation. Welcome, Scott. Let's see. And also Amar, thank you very much for that. Martin, glad to see you here. I was actually hoping you would be here today. So I wanted to give you an update since you were the lucky winner for the swag bag. We'll just jump right into that right now before we get started with all the trading here today. So there's something very unique that will be the first ever of its kind here at VectorVest, which is why it's been a little delayed on getting the swag bag out to you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just bring that up and show everybody what it is that we've been working on that's caused a little bit of a pause for the time being. So, the VectorVest store, folks, it is finally live right now with the grand opening sale. Everything is 15% off automatically. You don't have to enter any codes. If you want to take advantage of it, you can go check out the shop. The website is vectorvest.com/VV store. Martin, so with this, since it's finally released, it's finally out there. One of the things in that, I guess I'm going to kind of ruin the surprise for you a little bit, but hopefully you don't mind, is a coupon for the store that you will be able to use. And so getting that coupon together, since this is the first coupon for the store, since it's just released, it's taken a little bit of time getting that together, but that will be coming out to you. I'm hoping to have it out today or tomorrow, depending on when our shipping department is in. But that's what's taken so long, is making sure everything is working, everything is running smoothly for you, so that way you don't have any issues. But yes, right now, the grand opening of the VectorVest store, all the merchandise, you can find mugs, everything. So Mark, if you're in here, you can get a mug right here. But everything is 15% off right now for the grand opening. So if you guys haven't checked it out, well, most likely you haven't since it's brand new. We just released it. I definitely recommend go check it out when you got some time. But yes, I apologize for the delay on that, but there's a reason why it was delayed. So hopefully you enjoy that though there. All right, so now we've got that out of the way. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So do a little housekeeping first. As always, we're going to be doing some live trading, looking for stocks, taking advantage of some momentum trades or momentum plays. Also, if you want to donate, there's 2 ways to donate to the Levine Children's Hospital. It's one of the biggest children's hospitals in the Southeast. You can either use the command !tips, and that will bring up the links or the link that you can donate directly to us. Or if you want to donate directly to the general fund at Levine, you can use the link, the second link in the description of today's stream, and you can donate directly to them there as well. So you have 2 ways of doing it. One goes directly to Levine, their general fund for whatever they need it for. The other one goes to us, which we collect all that. And at the very end, once we have a total amount, we'll go out, buy all the gifts and all the toys, clothing, anything they need, and then deliver it in person to Levine. So we've got, right now, as you can see above me, we've covered 1 milestone as of last week. We are about 59% of the way to our second milestone, and we have about 13 different milestones for you guys. So we've got quite a long ways to go before we get to those bigger, more juicy milestones that have some interesting causes or interesting effects to them there. Also, if you use the exclamation milestones, that will post the milestones that we have in the chat for you, so that way you can keep up to date. If you're curious about what they are, use the command exclamation milestones in the chat, and that'll get you those. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and jump right into some of the trading. Real quick, want to pull up our current portfolio. Here we go. So the Trading for Charity portfolio right now, sitting up 1.22% so far since we started it. Only position currently in there is ACGL, and it's up 1.36% so far. So portfolio's making money. Let's see if we can make it even more money here today. All right. I'm going to go ahead, pull that over so I can keep an eye on the trades. And then taking a look at the market. This is the DTI indicator for anybody not familiar with it. This is the Derby timing indicator. It's our intraday timing system that we have here at VectorVest. And typically I don't show this, but next week, you guys are going to see a lot more of this. That's because next week, starting at 9 a.m., we're going to do a mix of the Jockey Club, which is our live trading room we do here at VectorVest Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 10:30. We're going to do a little bit of a mix of Trading for Charity and Jockey Club a week from today. So mark your calendars for that. You guys will be able to see the live trading during the most volatile periods in the market, the first 30 minutes to an hour after the market opens. Plus, we're going to be going even further than that. So any Jockey Club members that are here today right now, you guys can either tune in the Jockey Club the way you normally do, or come hang out on the YouTube side, either or, whichever one is your preference. But you guys will be getting an extended long edition of the Jockey Club next Tuesday because it'll be including the Jockey Club and our time here. So we'll be going most likely from 9 a.m. until 11 to 12, depending on how the market conditions are and depending on how you guys are doing out there for so long. So I'm looking forward to that one. It's going to be a lot of fun, especially being able to trade during, once again, some of the most volatile periods in the market, really giving us some good opportunities. And so that way, if you're not a Jockey Club member or just somebody out there that's not a VectorVest subscriber and want to see, the true power of what the Jockey Club can hold, you'll be able to see that and get a firsthand glimpse. And if you want to sign up for the Jockey Club later, you can definitely do so as well. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into the unit search. Let's go ahead, take a look for some stocks and get some trades going here this morning or this afternoon. Keep messing up the time frames. All right. Let me go ahead and pull them over. There we go. So first stock on the list, SKYT. I like what we're seeing. Volume is a little lighter, but you are seeing a nice steady rise. I do want to see it break past this resistance at 1175 before taking a new entry. Let it consolidate right now. It does seem to be consolidating a little bit where we're hitting higher lows, but also lower highs, giving us what we like to call a wicked wedge. And we need to wait for a breakout of that consolidation pattern before taking advantage of it. One thing that does make me a little concerned when looking at this trade, however, is if we notice why price is moving sideways, look at what the MACD is doing. MACD is hitting lower highs and lower lows, not really confirming the current price action. So need to be careful, be patient with this one. TASK had a great run up earlier, pulled back, now trying to make a slow and steady grind higher. GRWG, nice little run up earlier this morning, but after seeing that, probably going to be staying away from this one here. TGI, nice steady run earlier. Volume seems to be lightening up a little bit. We're looking for ones that are continuing to move. NEO, this is one. I like what we're seeing here with this one. Let me take off that horizontal line. We had some resistance earlier, got a nice breakout. Now at this stage, I'm going to move this up. 924. If we can see a breakout of that, that could be a decent entry here. ADAP, nice steady run, low volume though. HIMS struggled at the open, but finally starting to regain some ground here. New uptrend finally starting to form. Been a while, but slowly getting there. Realistically, though, we need to see it break the 588 level of resistance before really considering taking a position in it. ETEH just moving sideways currently. ROVR, big double top here. Also, volume lightening up over the last little bit. ALAK was in this tight channel for quite some time. Now dropping down to the lower end of this range that it's been in here. GRPN, nice steady move, just slow, consistent, bottom left to upper right there. FA, no volume. Really need to see some decent volume on some of these. All right, so that's going to be it. So out of this list, Let's see. ROVR could be interesting if we get back towards that level of resistance there. HIMS could be interesting. And NEO. NEO looks like one of the better candidates so far. And then TASK and SKYT. Let's go ahead and get those added in. NEO. ROVR. I think that was the last one. ROVR. There we go. Zooming it in. So NEO was looking like it was getting ready to try to break out through that resistance here. Actually, let's zoom this out just a little bit here. There we go. Also, if you guys are enjoying yourselves today, if you guys want to show some support, show some love, you can either donate or you can also smash that thumbs up button. All of that helps us out with the YouTube algorithms, continues to grow this awesome community. So if you haven't already and you guys are here, make sure, as always, hit that thumbs button or thumbs up button down below me. All right, so getting the trade ticket ready. Good morning, Matt. Hopefully you're doing well. There we go. So I'm watching the trade here, and right now, on that high mark, you did have some weakness here, stronger selling volume, so we need to be careful. But the thing is, if we do get in right now, we have some decent support down here around 9, trading at 925. We get above that, then we have a pretty close entry to a new line in the sand. So that helps us minimize our risk, maximize our reward. You know what? Get started here today. Let's do it. Let's go ahead, place that trade, send it through. With the markets moving the way that they're moving right now, I'm willing to jump in a little early on the expectation we have a breakout rather than a pullback. Zooming in though, gonna watch it. And that's the thing, is if we get in here and it pulls back, we cut it quickly. All right, so there we go. NEO back above that line of sand. Come on, let's see that new volume coming in. This is a double top once again. So this is the third time it's trying to break through that level of resistance. If it can, that tends to lead to pretty big runs. So that's what we're really looking to capture here. Need to see it hold though. Come on, come on. So it held above. Next minute, gap down. Come on. Extremely low volume though. So moves can be exaggerated a little bit. One positive though, we do have support found here resistance here, support here, resistance here. So we have some strong support resistance zones at 916 as well. So just got to be patient with it. See what the market's doing. All right, so may need to consider opening up a bearish trade here today. If this is going to be the conditions the market gives us. All right. Quick in and out, possibly. I'm watching it right now. Stochastics tells us it's coming out of overbought territory, starting to roll over here. MACD also rolling over. MACD is still positive on a short-term basis. But is that about to change? Volume starting to increase to the downside. All right, yeah. All right, well, go ahead. Cut our position from where we're at. Move on. So trading at 913, there we go. All right. Starting off the wrong way. Let's go move on to the next one. I need to see better volume. SKYT rejecting that double top there. Market's now starting to pull back more. Let's go ahead and do this. Take a look at some bearish positions here today. We haven't traded the short position once. We traded some ETFs, but we haven't taken any short positions. Ooh. AEL. All right, so our NEO should have been sold. I'm waiting for confirmation. 0.8%. All right, so less than 1%. I'm okay with that. All right, so AEL, let's go add that here. Let's see if I can get filled. Let's see if they have it in inventory. That's going to be the main question, is if they have it in inventory. Now, with this one, since it's a short trade, we look at it from the opposite way. We have our resistance at 34.10. So we're looking at it to continue to move lower. Just waiting for it to go through, seeing if it gets filled. All right, AEL got filled at 331. Right now, trading at 33.21. Starting us off with about 1/3% gain. Not bad. And looking at it here, the MACD just crossed negative or just turned south on a short-term basis a minute or two prior to where our entry is. A little over 1%, 1.25 so far. There we go. Nice continuation to the downside. And for those of you guys wondering why I'm taking a short trade, market's starting to reverse course. And that's the great thing about it. As long as you treat it like any other trade, no matter whether you're long or bearish or long or short, you can make money as long as there's a direction. AEL clearly has a direction to the downside right now. One and a half. Come on, let's keep going. I want to see another one of these bigger sell-offs kicking in. Up 2% so far on that one. There we go. Come on, keep going down. AEL. So, interestingly enough, notice the recommendation bar at the top or the rating bar at the top. Today we opened up as a buy rating, quickly moved right to a hold, and now hitting a sell. So AEL really taking a beating right now. Up 2.3%. If we zoom in, have our line to stand at 34.10 at 34.11 realistically. But if we wanted to, we could move our line to stand even down more, roughly at about 33.22. How much broker charge for shorting stock? So that's the thing, Asif. It depends on the broker, depends on the borrow rate. And it depends on how long you're holding it because, you know, the rates they give you are annualized rates. So let's say it's 10% annualized. On a daily basis, if I'm in and out throughout the day, it's basically nothing and I don't even notice any change on there. It's when you hold it overnight and hold it for, you know, a swing trade to the downside, or a longer term short trade. That's when you really start to see that, the cost of borrowing start to have an effect on your trade. All right. So right around 3% so far on this trade. Let's see if we can get a little bit more. Yeah, and that's the thing is the options market is different than the stock market. So, you know, where a stock may have tons of volume, the options market may not. And there's even stocks out there that have tons of option volume, but not a whole lot of stock volume as often. So, you know, you can have those mismatches from time to time as well. But typically it's more of the stock has liquidity. The options market for that stock doesn't have liquidity. All right, let's see it continue going down. We can see another big drop coming in here in the near future that could push us easily over, because right now we're sitting at about 3.5. Oh, there's 4.5% gain on the trade. Man, after we're done with this trade, I'm curious to know what the news is that's driving it down like this. But hey, just going off the charts is working for us. There we go. 5%, over 5% now. Let me readjust it real quick. There we go. It's earnings on AEL. Ugh. I would not want to see that earnings report. All right, a little over 5% so far in the trade. Let's see if we can get more. And that's the thing is, without the algorithms trying to run stock prices higher during this time frame, this could be good for us. Right now, 5.5%. We're gonna make double digits. Hey, Jay, you in here? We're gonna make 10 and 10. How long has it been so far? All right, now watching it. The stock is in oversold territory here. We are in grossly oversold territory right now. But as we know, we can stay in oversold territory for quite some time. So while I'm not necessarily worried about it too much, I am paying closer attention to any sort of signs of a reversal from price action. Because right now we're up over 6% in the trade. And if we see any signs of reversal, I'm going to make sure I lock that 6% in instead of giving it back. So just watching it, making sure there's no signs of anything trying to turn around anytime soon. There we go. Come on. Seven and a half, 8. Let's see it keep going down. Just watching the game or watching the ROI, watching the stock. Just hovering right around that 8% right now. A lot of increased selling on that last minute. From a trading perspective, that's exactly what you want to see. Higher volume coming in though. The spike in volume, we need to pay close attention to this candle. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Come on, a little bit more. Almost that 10 and 10, baby. Let's go. 8.7. Man, this thing is just smooth, steady sailing or riding lower here. 10.3. Is this that reversal sign we were worrying about? I'm going to give it this minute right now. There's the potential reversal starting to show itself. Waiting for confirmation, seeing if that's the actual reversal. Because what we're seeing, strong volume, long tail on that low, telling us a lot of that was buying pressure, buying it off the low. Now you're needing to see if it gets follow through on this minute, though, or if it was just a head fake. I've got my finger on the trigger ready to go just in case. Starting to come back down a little bit. All right, 6.5. Not bad. A little over 6.5, actually. Let's see where it closed out at. So there we go. AEL, 6.5% gain. Got in 12.19. So 12 minutes. All right, not bad. Portfolio's now up over 2% overall. Let's keep it going. As always, once we make a trade, done with it, moving on. All right, so Task. Task has a level, really tight time frame, but we had left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And this is the neckline right here at 21.40. This could be another interesting short trade setup here. What are the indicators I'm using? So right now I have price shown in candlesticks. I have stochastic oscillator, slow 14 and 3. I have the DPO with a range of 20. The MACD just standard 12, 26, and 9. Then volume at the bottom. And also a 3 and 8 exponential moving average on price. All right, watching it here. I want to see how it handles this level that it's trading at right now. And what do you mean, what's my inputs? What do you mean? What are you looking for on inputs wise? All right, so it's right at that resistance level. Everything is pointing that it's starting to roll over. But I need to see it go down below that point. This is why we wait and be patient for confirmation. Failed to hold. Yeah, this would be a short trade. That's how I have it set up here, Lou. Good seeing you. Hopefully you're doing well. But I'm not going to take that short trade, though, until I have confirmation of that trade. And once again, though, with Task, I could very easily change my order around if it breaks this 2170 resistance zone. But since it held this this neckline here at around 2149, now I'm looking to see how it handles this next level of resistance. Once again, at the 2170. If it fails to break above that point, then that just gives me a better entry from a short standpoint. So I'd be A-okay with that. Let's be patient with it, though. All right, come on. Volume slowing down on that little bit of a bounce, telling us that pop that it's had doesn't have a whole lot of support behind it. And I like the way this trade is setting up right now. Hey, and Jay coming in with the $25 dono for Levine's. Thank you very much, Jay. I appreciate that. Viva Nation, show Jay some love. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate that. All that helps us out, goes towards making this holiday season brighter for the kids. So greatly appreciate that. Really, truly do. And speaking of the kids, so I haven't even told my wife this yet. Hopefully she's not watching and doesn't get too upset. But it turns out I will now be a basketball coach for my son's first basketball league. So there you go. I'm looking forward to that. Just found out they needed somebody to step up to take the coaching position. So it turns out I'm going to be the new coach starting the beginning of next year. I'm looking forward to it. She's not pregnant. No. But yeah, so a lot of people wonder why, I chose Levine's or any of these, or, why you choose anything. That's because, kids, especially being a father, are extremely important. And any way we can help them out, we need to do so. So yeah, that's why I went and chose Levine's, especially, somewhere kind of close to me, especially being here in Charlotte. Hey, all good, Carlo. All right, let's be patient. Ran up, turned the corner, coming back to try to retest this trend line here. Or this level of resistance. But volume is relatively weak. I may take it off while this is still developing so we don't miss out, don't get tunnel vision. Him just slowly moving down. NEO. We were looking at this one. Failed to break through, though. All right, so I'm going to get rid of some of these here. And then one other one I want to add to the list. TTWO is one that's been moving most of the morning. Didn't have it in our list so far, but wanted to keep an eye on it because it has been pretty volatile throughout today's session. Have this level of resistance here, 98.58. Can we break through, though? If we do, that could be interesting. Watching TAS, though, as a short trade. Right now, you're kind of in limbo where you're hitting higher lows, but also lower highs. So therefore, no real clear directional bias. Telling us, stay on the sidelines, wait for the opportunity to rise, and then take advantage of it when it presents itself. Don't try to force a trade if you don't have to. All right, why that's moving, though, or why that's getting going, let's see. Going to refreshing our list, seeing if there's anything new coming in here. So OPRT, is it trying to see some new life coming in? Possibly, maybe. TGI. ADAP, seeing some new volume kicking in and staying fairly consistent for the most part. So ADAP will add to our list. IGT could be interesting. Price has been slowly grinding higher all day. DPO steadily moving lower. MACD, same situation. IGT may be running out of steam here. And then CTIC. Through this little run up, you saw some potential. But where did it stall out at? Right at this level of consolidation at 50 or 588. So CTIC will keep an eye on. IGT will keep an eye on. ADAP and OPRT. What was that one we were talking about running out of steam? IGT. There we go. OPRT, starting to see a little bit of new volume coming in, but is it enough to really get it going again? CTIC, you have resistance at around 588, I believe it was. Yep, 588. 3 cents off. Let's see if it can break. ADAP, resistance at 213. A lot of selling pressure coming in on that last minute, though. So IGT, one of the things I'm looking at now that I have a little bit more time to look at it. You had this downtrend on the MACD, but that downtrend started to dissipate. So maybe new life is coming in here. Let's go see task. Task is stalling out. Maybe a move higher coming in. So that's the great thing about utilizing the Robo Trader and utilizing the Trade Now feature. I have the order set up. It automatically told me how many shares I need per for a certain dollar amount. So it does all the math for me. If I wanted to, all I got to do is just switch it from buy to sell short, and then I place the trade. So it makes it real easy, just a simple mouse click to change my direction from long to short. So if it's at a tipping point, I wait to see which way it's starting to move and then take advantage of it that way. Now, looking at it here, a lot of selling pressure coming in. MACD slowly moving lower, possibly hitting a lower high. You're starting to see some weakness coming in. But until it really gets away from that level, not going to jump on board quite yet. Looking at stochastics, it is in overbought territory. It's going to move. A lot more bearish volume coming in here than bullish volume currently. Being patient with it. Back to that high. All right, so looks like it's trying to get away from that area. So, on this trade, we now have support 2170, which I can even move that up. Let's say 2175. Waiting to see if I get filled. Probably not going to get filled on this one with that gap up on that minute there. Just waiting to see if it gets filled. Not going to go trying to chase the trade, but if I get filled, I get filled. If I don't, so be it. With this though, resistance 2188. All right, looks like not getting that one. I do like the fact that new volume is coming into it. Let's go ahead, cancel out of that though. All right. We'll come back to that in a moment. And just as quickly as that volume came into OPRT, it left just as fast. Whew. TTWO. All right. Failed to break through. Now slowly drifting lower here. IGT. Keeping a close eye on this one, man. I like the way it's setting up. It looks overextended. Just waiting to see it. 3 and 8. Turn negative. I mean, you have a solid move to the downside right now. Or you have potential to the downside if it can break. Now, one thing as well, after looking at it a little bit closer, use your self-trend lines. As long as it stays above that line, it means it's moving higher. So task, failed to break through that resistance level, came back down, now it's at that support. So are we officially reaching a higher or a lower high? Because if we are, that leads to lower lows, and there's a lot of downside to go. Are we finally getting that short opportunity? Let's see. All right. I'm opening up the short trade on it. 2175. Stochastics are rolling over. MACD just turned negative on a short-term basis. Failed to break out to a new high. Oh, come on. My order is in way before that drop started. Oh, that better have gotten filled. There we go. All right, so task. Starting off with a 1% gain on it. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I like seeing that selling pressure coming in. Let's see if we can add a few more percentage from this one then. Did 6.5 on the other one. Let's see if we can make up the full 10% for the session with this one. This is why using limit orders is extremely important, because if I didn't use a limit order, if I used a market order, I would have probably been filled somewhere around here, and then I'd have been starting off break even, maybe even in the red, depending on if I got filled on the exact low. By utilizing that limit order, it made sure that if it didn't fill at that price, it wasn't taking the trade. So I start off with a nice gain right out of the gate. There we go, 1.38. Let's see it continue to move. Now, looking at it from the other direction here. We have some support, 21.42. We're right at that point right now. Let's see how it handles that. Line in the sand, 21.52. We had consolidation here, hit it once, twice, 3 times. So that's our line of sand. That ensures that we're locking at least a small win in rather than letting it turn into a loss. This is our resistance right now that we're hitting right up against. If we zoom out, 21.42 held back here as resistance, broke through to that most recent run, then pulled back, hit that point once. So this would technically be a double bottom right now. But I do like the way it's setting up. MACD slowly rolling over. DPO just turned negative. Right up against that resistance level. One and a half. Come on, is it going to break though? There we go. 1.6. Let's see it go down some more. %. Come on, let's see more than that. I can do this. Now we're down below that. Let's see where our next line of sand comes into play. So, realistically, 2080 or 2080. I'll move that up a little bit actually. Let's call that 2084, 2083. Is that next line that we're paying close attention to? Got my trade ticket ready. Look at the volume. Volume is extremely light, which doesn't give a lot of confirmation that an actual reversal is coming in. No real buying volume to keep that sustainable right now. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. 1.3. Want to see more than that, though. And if you notice, looking at the candles over the last couple minutes, one, first and foremost, light volume. Two, looking at the candlesticks themselves. Really tall upper wicks, body closing towards the lows, indicating a lot of selling pressure on those highs. People are dumping it on every chance, every uptick they're getting right now, which is a bonus or a positive if you're betting against it. Let's see this minute continue moving to the downside. You're starting to see it slowly rolling over here. Yeah, we still have a course to give away, so we're getting close. We're now 30, wait, let me do the math right. 38% away from our first course giveaway. So let's see if you guys can get to that second milestone. It's week 3 and we haven't even gotten to the second milestone yet. So let's see if we can get to the second milestone by the end of the session here today. So that way on Friday we can do a course giveaway or so. All right, come on, come on. So 2150 was right around 2152, I think, was the exact level. So the first course that we're going to be doing, the first giveaway will be a self-study. We'll be giving away a voucher so you guys can choose whatever self-study course you want to do. And then it's all done online. You can take it at your own leisure. And then if we get to the second one, which by the way we're going, I don't know if we're going to make the second one. But if we get to the second one, we're going to be giving away the precision or access to the precision swing trading course that starts up, I think, at the beginning of December, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we have 2 course giveaways to do. One will be you get a pick whichever one you want. That one comes at the $1,000 giveaway. The next one is access to the precision swing trading course that comes up next month. All right, so task. If it doesn't get down below 2152 on this minute here, I'm just going to simply close out of the order. Got about 0.6% gain. Not a crazy gain, but still, rather take a small win than letting it end up turning into a loss and then moving on from that one, going and finding a better candidate at the time. All right, so closing that out. There we go. All right, 0.3% gain. I'll take it. Portfolio's up just shy of 2.5. Let's see if we can get the portfolio up to 3% by the end of today's stream. Wait, whoops. There we go. So SKYT. SKYT. I like what we're seeing here at this one since that high. You've had the correction. Hit right up against that trend line. Maybe if it can break, gets renewed life into it. So those are those two. Let's see what else we got. CTIC starting to dry up a little bit. Then ADAP. I liked where it was going, but then saw a lot of selling pressure coming in here. IGT still holding that trend line for right now. All right, let's see. How to get enrolled for the course giveaway. So Ben, all you got to do, once we hit those milestones, which you can see above me, that's our current mark for where we're at on that second or that next giveaway or the next milestone. The next milestone is the first course giveaway. Once that milestone is met, then you just got to be here live. We'll give we'll put out or we'll give you guys a secret code word to type into the chat, and then the Autobot automatically picks out a lucky winner. So it's as simple as being here once we meet that milestone. And the less people that are here when we meet that milestone, the higher your odds are of winning the free course. So there is that as well. Hey, and Shelly coming in with the $25 donation. Thank you very much, Shelly. Appreciate that. Everybody, VV Nation, show Shelly some love. Thank you, Shelly. All right, let's go ahead, graph these. But yeah, you don't have to do anything special to enroll. You just got to be here once we meet that milestone. We'll give you guys a code to type into the chat, and it'll pick automatically one lucky winner from that. Man, EHTH. Folks, next Tuesday, when we're live starting at 9 a.m. and you guys get to see what we do in the Jockey Club, how we get ready for the day, trades like these, EHTH, are going to be ones that are going to be on our radar. Looking for runs like this early on. Just going through them. LPSN could be interesting. You're starting to see a bearish divergence right now. So LPSN. So let's see. We do have a little bit of ways to go though before we retest that downtrend on the MACD, telling us there could be some more upside here. Resistance at 1210. Support down here at 1191. Breaking through. Zooming in. See if we get confirmation. Weaker volume driving it up, so that's why I'm not going to go try and chase it. I'm going to wait for this minute to finish here. So you have support at 1210. Right now trading about 1216 roughly. Just slightly off of that 1216. This is why I wasn't going to chase it. That pop on really low volume there. So now, I'm going to put it in at 1211. I'm okay with 1211 because, one, I'm right next to that support. And I understand that typically you do see, whenever you see a breakout, you tend to see a retracement and a retest of that new, or what was resistance, now is support. You tend to see that retest of that support. So if I put it in at 1211, I'm getting as close as I possibly can without going at or under my line in the sand. That way, it's all about risk management and managing how big or how small of a loss you're willing to accept before cutting the trade. So let's see. Well, haven't gotten filled quite yet. Should be getting filled on that minute now. There we go. All right. So I'm filled at 12:11. Retest. Let's see if it bounces. You know, basically, this is all about money management. These types of trades are all about money management. You got to take the chance to get in to have the shot of making the money off of it. So you got to pull the trigger, or else you're just going to let it pass you by if it does continue to run. But you also have to understand that not every trade is going to be a winning trade. So you have proper management rules in place to take advantage of it. That way, if things don't go right out of the gate, you cut it quickly, move on. That way, you know, it's the basic mentality of cut your losers quickly and let your winners run. All right, right down on that support, bounced off. Let's see if we can get follow through here on this minute. I like seeing that nice little tail right on that support line. It pierced it for a brief moment and went right back up above it. Come on. Just being patient with it. Give it some time to develop. Watching the MACD here at the bottom. MACD is getting close to retesting that downtrend line. Now, if we can see price action start to climb from here, that could very easily push the MACD above this downtrend line here, which would give an extremely bullish sign for the stock. So that's what I'm keeping my eye on right now. There we go. Previous high is here at 816 or 1216 and a half. We can get to 1217. Then the pattern of higher lows and higher highs still remains intact. The mug would be a cute gift. Yeah, Glenn used to give away a lot of mugs for a while there. All right, so now looking at our resistance here, 1216 and a half is really our resistance. We have support at 1210. This is our line of sand. This is where we want to see it get broke, so that way that can be our new line of sand, ensuring that we're locking profit in on the trade. Real quick, what's the market doing? Market's calming down, moving sideways here. And interestingly enough, we've made over 1% gain on the overall portfolio today with just 2 or 3 trades, given the market conditions. So even in trying or tough or difficult market conditions, we're still making money here today. I'm A-okay with that one here. All right, trading in this tight channel. Come on. Came back down, kissed that support, bounced off of it. Let's get confirmation back higher here now in this next minute. Come on, come on. Hey, and Brian, if you're interested in the mug, here you go. There you guys go. There's the link. I think I spelled that right. STOR. Yep. There's the link for the new VectorVest store. So if you want to add a mug to your collection, there you go. Waiting for it in the sideways channel. If we can get the market moving in our favor as well, that'd be huge. That's what we're really waiting for. You had the nice big run up, pulling back to consolidate. Would love to see it break out of this consolidation and start moving higher from here. Got 2 already? Nice. I like that. I like your style, Roger. All right, so looking at LPSN, just being patient with it. Volume lightening up a little bit. Makes me a little concerned with the trade, but just be patient. I need to see it break to that new high. 3 indicator starting to converge. And notice, look at the MACD. MACD's hitting right up against that downtrend line. From a technical standpoint, if the price action can move a little bit higher here, that would push the MACD through that downtrend line, which would give technical traders a new opportunity to jump on board here. Three minutes, though, of barely any volume. Where is that at? Let's see. Let's do this. 700, 600. Ugh. And no volume on that minute. Considering cutting it with that low volume coming in, I don't want to be sticking around. Volume was decent. Saw some new life coming in. But then it just dried up real quick. We're going to see. But then at the same time, I don't want to give up on a trade when it hasn't met my rules. You know, it's a rules-driven system. All right, got the finger on the trigger. Man, with the MACD, though, curling over right as it reached that trend line here. That makes it hard. Maybe some new volume coming in. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Finally trying to break to that new high. So that ends the minute. Are we going to see confirmation? Come on. Come on. Why you got to be a tease? Come on, LPSN. Why you got to be a tease like that? Let's go. Look at the markets. Market's still really flat right now. You have this base being formed 54.28. But at the same time, when we zoom in, I'm keeping an eye on my trade on my second monitor, so don't worry. You have this consolidation here. That's what we're keeping an eye on with this one. LPSN stalled out. No real follow through on that minute. 3 and 8 still remain positive, though. So therefore, we need to remain positive. And while we're waiting on this, let's go ahead and do this. Curious about it. Type in a 1 into the chat. Let's get you guys woken up a little bit because this is moving like paint drying here for the time being. Type in a 1 in the chat. Let's see just by a show of hands here. How many of you guys have voted already today? Type in a 1 if yes, 2 if no. I'm going to be doing it a little bit later here after today's stream, but curious to see where everybody is on that so far. Seeing a few ones. Good. Glad to see VV Nation getting out there and voting. A couple of 2s, you guys. So for the people that are typing in 2, are you guys planning on getting out in a little bit, or just curious to see? Jay, what state are you in again? Are you allowed to type or put in multiple votes? Ah, nice. Taco Tuesday. Polling place is on the way. I like that, Roger. After the show, awesome. All right, so that 1 minute strong selling volume broke down below our line in the sand. 0.2%. It is what it is. All right, 0.6% by the time it sold off. Fair enough. Roger, my dad used to tell me that every single day, and I still tell it, or every single election cycle, and I still completely agree with that statement there. All right, so LPSN just died off, but out of it. VectorVest composite. Whoo-wee! This would be why. All right, let's go see. IGT. Man, we've been making more money the downside today than we've been making the upside the whole time. So maybe that's what we need to do. We just need to plan on being a market bear this whole time. All right, so IGT been on this nice steady run all day long, but now starting to pull back a little bit. Jumped into 9 a few minutes ago, doing nicely. Well done, Roger. That's what I like to hear. So IGT having a big landslide here. Capture this most recent run. So we may see a little bit of a retest, coming back to that trend line to retest it one last time. Then I expect to see it continue. So I'm not going to go chasing it. I have my order in. Let's see if I get filled on that. If not, I'll just take it off the table and move on. But I like the breakdown we're seeing in this one. While we're waiting on that, let's go take a look. NINE. Ooh, I like this. You had resistance here at 976. The clear breakout here. Consolidating at the moment. But one of the nice things about it, you have this nice uptrend still forming and still intact. Just be careful. One of the things I will say, be careful of this, Roger. The market is not your friend right now, so just be careful of that. All right, did we get filled yet? Still no on IGT. But yeah, out of petroleum, can't go wrong with that play right now. It's been one of the only industries still doing well these days. All right, come on, come on. I don't see me getting filled on this one. Let me go ahead, refresh. $12.48, 12.40 or 23.48 again. Come on. 23.49. Little bit more. Just a little bit. You know, realistically, 23.55 wouldn't be unreasonable to consider as a short entry. But I think I may have just gotten filled there. All right, just got filled. As it retests, looking for it to pull back off of that trend line. What was support, now going to be treated as resistance. Wait for this minute. You have the retest. Pierced it. Let's see it start to roll back over. I'm looking for that 3 and the 8 to start curling back again here. So 23.44, new support here. Whoo-wee. Man, that is brutal. Look at that. Failed to hold that support, coming crashing back down right now. There we go. IGT now closing below that trend line. Starting to pull back again. Forming a potentially lower high here. And as we talk about, lower highs tends to lead to lower lows. So that's what we're looking to see. Major indices still in the green though, even with that major drop that we're noticing. All right, so IGT down about 0.25%, actually down about 0.1% right now. Just being patient, waiting for the trade. We're waiting for the trade to develop. I rejected that trend line. We've got the market moving in our favor to the downside. I like the odds in our favor on this trade right now. For the first time all session long today, IGT finally broke that trend line. It's getting tired. Come on, come on. Let's see it pull back. And this will probably be the last trade for the day. But while we're waiting on this trade to develop, just as a reminder, because I see some new people tuning in as well. Just as a reminder, next week, a week from today, we will be doing things a little bit differently for our Trading for Charity event. We will be doing a mix of our Jockey Club and Trading for Charity next week, next Tuesday. So Trading for Charity will start at 9 a.m. and we'll be going probably until about noon or so. 11 to noon would be my guess, depending on how you guys are receiving everything and how you guys are enjoying things. But most likely we'll be going from 9 a.m. until about noon next week. So that way you guys get to see the power of the Jockey Club, the power of the Derby, what we kind of do in the Jockey Club, see more live trading during one of the best times or time frames in the market. That first hour, that first morning session tends to give us more volatility. So therefore we can make some quicker trades, be in and out and capture some bigger gains to add some decent gains to the portfolio overall. So make sure to mark your calendars. Also, we are 36% away from meeting our second goal, which we will be giving away a self-study course. So a course you can choose which one you want to do, have it right on the computer, take it or go at your own pace, not have to rush through it. So the sooner you guys get that going, the sooner we hit those milestones, the sooner we'll be able to give that away. We have a lot of milestones to reach, and we're not even at number 2. So we've got a long ways to go and a lot of ground to make up on. Won't be up that early. Hey, Roger, no worries. We'll be live our normal time on Friday for you. All right, so pull back, try to make a run up. Doji showing indecision. Let's see if we get more confirmation to the downside. See it start to move lower again. Dojis are usually a weak signal, but they indicate potential reversals. You need to wait for that next minute to see if you get confirmation of it, though. So that's why it's considered a weak candle, is because you need to have confirmation. It's not just a one candle tells you everything you need to know. Oh, come on. Next few seconds, let's see if it can pull back. Sharp sell-off. Anybody got any news related to this? All right, so IGT, it's right at that trend line again. Looks like it's going to pierce above it. 0.6% on the trade. Come on. Just because why not? Jay, I like that answer, and I think for this year, that's a completely understandable and reasonable answer. So I will take that. All right, hit. Looked like it was trying to break through. Failed to do so, or failed to reject it. Alrighty. Let's go ahead, send that through. Wait, did that not? Okay. Let's see. Waiting to see that get filled. Come on. Didn't look like it filled it there. So let's go ahead and adjust it. 72. Update. Yep. All right. Out of the trade. IGTB earnings today? Yeah, but then this happened. So the thing is, IGT we were looking at as a long trade, but then we saw what the market was doing. And that's why we were like, well, it's gone up consistently. This is the first time it broke that trend line all session long. So we're looking for the breakdown, running out of steam. Just never actually was able to do it. So that's going to be it. All right, right now, portfolio closing for the session, or closing for our stream at 2% gain so far. Right now, we are at $643 out of the $15,000 total that we were looking to raise this year for trading for charity. So we are well behind on a lot of milestones there with that one, but that's okay. Still got a few more weeks, so hopefully we see VV Nation really finishing strong here. So on that note, it's been my pleasure being with you guys. It's been fun today. We've had some pretty good trades, making some money to the downside, not so much to the upside on our long trades so far. But hey, it is what it is. We'll just have to be patient with that one. And on that, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure, as always, if you're new here, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Tell all your friends, family, everybody about it. That way we can continue to get as much recognition and as much push to reach our goals this year. I know they're lofty goals, but I know we can do it. So yeah, on that, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all have a great rest of your trading day. Be safe out there. Take care. Go and vote. And I will see you guys tomorrow during our afternoon market action at 2 o'clock Eastern. So until then, adios. Toodles.